Welcome, everyone, to tonight's broadcast on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream as the Senators play host to the Springs Valley Blackhawks here at Art Sanders Field. This is a PLAC matchup that was talked about. Once again, welcome to tonight's broadcast of a PLAC matchup between the Springs Valley Blackhawks and the West Washington Senators here at Art Sanders Field on West Washington's campus. It's definitely a PLAC matchup that will tell the toll of the top of the PLAC. Springs Valley already has one loss to Paoli last week, where they were defeated on Paoli's field at the Orange Bowl, 42-18. West Washington, on the other hand, won quite handedly at Mitchell, where they came out and just really showed what they can do, 50-6 over at Mitchell. Darren, thoughts on tonight's game?
It's huge conference-wise. We talked last week. Kind of shocked by the Paoli Springs Valley score last week, but it's one of those games that you can throw records out because of the rivalry in Orange County. I think they call it the Orange Bowl, and Paoli came out. They were stinging, I'm sure, from the week before when they got beat by Corden, and Valley rolls in 2-0, and Paoli handled them quite easily. And what we got to make sure of is that we don't take look at that score and think that it's going to be an easy game, because I'd say Valley's going to come out very angry tonight.
We're going to step aside, take a short commercial break for the national anthem.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get 1 free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
We're back to action
After
here.
a joint surgery, injury, or
Now we're back to action here at Art Sanders Field. The Senators come in with a 3-0 record. The Blackhawks come in with a 2-1 record. Their one loss was to Paoli last week. The Senators really haven't seen a defense that can stop them yet this year. Still early in the season. The question is tonight, can the Blackhawks stop the offense that's just rolling?
I mean, you look at our stats, we're averaging 224 yards on the ground rushing and 200 yards a game passing. So, teams that are balanced are very difficult to defend. And, obviously you're not going to get much more balance than that. And, when you're averaging 424 yards a game, I know it's early in the season, but still that's a lot of yards. And, it's not just one person. It's spread around amongst 4 or 5 different people. And so, we got an offense that's tough to defend, but on the other hand, our defense, that's been probably the most pleasing point of this year is how strong our defense is. And I think last week when Mitchell ran the kickoff back to about the 15-yard line, you got the feeling that they had the momentum from that, and they may punch it in here on their first drive, because traditionally, we struggled against that straight ahead type of run, and we held them 4 downs, and they may have gained 4 or 5 yards on that. Really set the tone, and Mitchell struggled to move the ball all night long, just like everybody else has.
And like you said, it comes down to the defense that hasn't given up. They gave up one touchdown
last week, and they've actually given up 2, but the other one was on the offense when we were pinned back in, punting out of the end zone, and got it blocked, and Eastern was able to fall on it for a score. But our defense is just playing extremely well. But they're going to be tested tonight. There's no doubt Springs Valley is going to be the best offense that we've faced so far this year. So I'm anxious to see how our kids respond against that.
Those of you watching at home, it's going to be kind of the same offense that we saw last week at Mitchell with the wing T in the backfield. They don't have the 210-pound back that Mitchell does.
And they're going to throw it a lot more than Mitchell did too. So.
Yeah, so we can't just rely 100% on that, that wing T run right at you, right down your throat. But we're still going to see a heavy dose of that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The defense is going to have to step up and play a solid game. But where the Senators have really hung their hats is on the offensive side. The balanced attack, like you talked about.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 backs that we can put in the backfield and gain yards, and we're throwing the ball to 3 or 4 different receivers down the field. That's a hard thing to cover.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the yards per attempt for Mason Armstrong, 14 yards per carry. Holden Bousman, 12 yards a carry. Then receiving, Harrison's averaging 13 yards a catch. Chase is averaging 20 yards a catch. So, those are big plays, and big plays are devastating to the opponent's defense. When they give up those big plays, they start hanging their heads a little bit. And, that's what we got to keep doing, is being explosive and getting the ball to our playmakers. And, I'm anxious to see if we utilize Jake Strange more tonight. I think he's only got one reception so far on this year. And, teams start focusing on our wideouts. You got a 6'5" tight end running down the field or running across the middle. That's another big weapon that we have that we've really not utilized yet this season.
And that's something that, like you said, we haven't seen at all. I mean, Jake has had, I think, he had one ball thrown to him, maybe 2.
I think that was the Eastern game that he had the big catch.
Yeah, Eastern he had 1 catch, and then at Mitchell he was targeted, I believe, one time.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't really seen what he can do. He's really wreaked havoc on the defensive side, but not on the offensive side yet. But then, flipping it, we talked about our defense. This is going to be the best offense that Springs Valley has seen so far this year, and they haven't seen a team that is as balanced as West Washington, and they haven't seen a team yet with a quarterback who makes the decisions that Holden has made this year.
Yeah, and that's something that has really been impressive so far this year too, is the decision making of Holden. I mean, I thought last year, and of course he was a sophomore, but he forced some passes into coverage and ended up interceptions. This year he's completing over 80% of his passes, making the right decisions, and then also making the right decisions as far as whether to give it to Mason on the runs or to pull it and keep it himself. So, a lot of maturity there. Just playing extremely well.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for more out of your junior quarterback. He's passed for, I don't have the stats in front of me, but
he's passed for 600 yards in 3 games.
In 3 games, and probably 8 or 10 touchdowns.
11 touchdowns.
11 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just unreal what he's done so far. His big target this year has been Harrison Sanford, and it seems like everything we throw Harrison's way, he catches. So
and Chase too. I mean, Chase had a huge game last week. I mean, so those 2 boys are playing extremely well.
And on both sides of the ball, they're playing really well. On the offensive side, they're playing really well. On the defensive side, we see the younger Senators come running out before the varsity boys come out.
Yeah, it's youth league night. They got the 3rd and 4th grade, 5th and 6th, and then 7th and 8th grade kids all leading the varsity out. And that's a big thing to those young kids, because they come out. They're dreaming about being out there on a Friday night like these guys are right now.
And that's something that, we do here, and a lot of schools, do it, but here they get to come out of the tunnel with the
Well, and they get to go in and hear the pregame
speech and everything. So it's a big deal here. So we get the varsity coming over onto the sideline.
And the young kids down there breaking it down right beside them. So, yeah, I mean, that's a great thing Coach Bausman does, and, he's done this for years. And, I think that's one of the reasons that, you see some schools struggling with numbers, and, why we consistently, even though we're a small school, have plenty of kids for JV, varsity, and, 7th and 8th grade teams. And, so the numbers throughout the system are good.
And that starts from the bottom up. I mean, when you get the kids into it young, they tend to stick with it and come on up through. That's why at the varsity level, we have 40-ish guys on the varsity roster. For a 1A school, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, it is. And we got 30 in 7th and 8th grade playing, and then there's about 20 kids on the 5th and 6th grade team, 20 kids on the 3rd and 4th grade team. So, you just can keep that rolling, and there's no doubt West Washington football is going to continue to be successful.
And it's contagious too, because then you get kids who
winning breeds winning.
Then you get kids who haven't played before, and all of a sudden they want to come out and play football. I know you got one on your team who hadn't played football since third or fourth grade.
Third grade,
and now he's out playing a vital role on your
you're
team.
Exactly right, and and that's the thing, and the thing of it is a lot of these kids are finding out that, playing the multiple sports, you play a sport like football, a physical sport, and then go to basketball, even though you may be dominant in basketball, playing football and getting used to the rough physicality of it makes you even better in basketball.
And that's something that I know Coach...
I'm trying to get my girls to play football.
I want that to happen with your senior daughter, who you're gonna rely on heavily for your basketball team. I want to hear that conversation with you and her.
Just go through practices.
There you go. But the Senators, come out tonight, and they're definitely the favorite here. They're probably the favorite in the conference at this point.
They're going to be a favorite in every game they play until possibly week 9 against Salem.
Yeah. So it's one of those that you're never quite sure what the season is going to hold. The first week we went out, we thought we're going to be real world busters, and then we end up with 2 of our all-state guys going down injured,
and not scoring like we thought we would.
Not scoring in the first half like we thought we would, but then all of a sudden we come out in the second half and put up 38 points. We go, we come home, play a Crawford team, put up 70. Then we go to Mitchell, a team that usually tries to slow you down, and we're still able to put up 50 points against them. So,
yeah, and they just had the coin toss. Springs Valley won the toss, deferred. West Washington will receive, and they will be heading towards the field house.
So, those of you watching at home on live stream, you get that view from home. Of which way they're going, but they are going from our left to our right as we call the game. West Washington comes out in their all blue uniforms, white numbers outlined in red. Valley has black pants, white jerseys with black numerals on those. So West Washington puts out their return team. We've got Roper McFeeters back deep.
Valley's going to send number 9, Griffin McKee, 5'5", 110 freshman. Out to kick.
So, my guess is he may have a soccer background.
I've heard that their kicker's really good.
So, looks kind of like a soccer player.
Definitely looks like a soccer kid. The way he's walking his steps off.
Yep,
he's a soccer boy.
So, opening kickoff going to come. Goes Chase. Set up a wall on this side. Chase gets up to about the 38 on that return. Holden Bausman comes out as the quarterback for the Senators. He's taken almost every snap other than the ones that Mason took in the fourth quarter there at Valley, or there at Mitchell.
Jake Strange going to line up on the right side, tight end. Mason side holding in the backfield.
We come across the field. It's going to be a boot. He's going to roll out, looking for.
There's Jake.
There's Jake. We talked about it. Jake going to pick up about 16 on that play.
I really like that play. They brought Harrison in motion, and every time we've done that, it's been the jet sweep to him, and they faked to Mason, faked to Harrison. Holden rolls out. He sent Chase on a deep route and hit Jake underneath.
We send in Glenn Rankin. That handoff is going to come to Mason in the backfield. He's met by number 30, Desmond Jones, in the backfield before he's able to gain anything, so he may lose a yard there.
We've not seen that many times where
No.
defensive line's got to push on our offensive line.
Senators get the call from the sideline from Coach Bausman.
And they're giving Harrison a lot of room.
Yeah, Harrison's got a lot of room on this side. I wonder how long that's going to continue to be there. There's a forward pass to Harrison, the jet sweep. He's up the sideline, going to pick up 11 on that play. First down, Senators.
I mean, that's a tough play to defend when you got Harrison coming in fast motion like that, just catching and keeping the speed going and turn that corner. That's good for 4 or 5 yards at least.
Every time. Still giving Harrison a lot of room on this side. Well, and they're giving Farmer a lot of room on the other side.
Yeah.
So come back this way. Same motion. Farmer going to get set. Bausman rolls this way. Looking. Finds Glenn Rankin over the middle. Picks up about a gain of 12 before he's brought down.
I like that.
That's
utilizing the tight end at 2 out of the 3 pass plays we've run.
Yeah, that's one of those. We've got really athletic tight ends with Jake and Glenn, and it's a hard cover for a linebacker to cover them based on height and size.
And Glenn drug all the way across the field, so he kind of gets lost in there. As linebackers watch Holden roll this way, they kind of lose track of him.
Hand off to Mason in the backfield. He's got a big hole. He's going to get
a hand on him.
Get about 7 on that carry.
It's going to be a gain of 9.
Gain of 9. Gets more. Senators are driving down to about the 8-yard line. We can get 1 first down here before it's going to be first and goal. Parker Green checks into the game for a 3 wide receiver set. Holden rolls. He's getting chased. Nobody there. He's going to pick up a gain of.
There's going to be a late. There it came.
Going to be a late hit on Holden out of bounds on the far side of the field. Holden is 2 steps out of bounds and then gets thrown almost onto the track over there. So going to be a personal foul. So we're going to
be a 2-yard penalty.
Going to be a 2-yard penalty. We're going to be first and goal at the 2.
To the 2-yard line. So with the penalty, it'll be first and goal now.
First and goal on the 2.
On the verge of scoring on their first series of the contest.
Score is 0-0 still. 9:23 to go here in the first quarter of play. Holden rolls. Looking. Jake open.
Touchdown.
Catches. Jake, touchdown in the corner. Couldn't ask for anything more out of Jake there on that drive. I mean,
and Holden gave him time, put it up high where only Jake could get it.
Looking, Jake
great
open.
offensive drive there,
So
but
catches,
that's a
Jake,
great
touchdown
play
in
by
the
Jake to
corner.
find the corner of the end zone. Those of you at home got to see the replay of that catch. Senators come out in their 2-point conversion set. We see 2 backs in the backfield. Mason Armstrong and Roper McFeeters check in. Give is to Mason. Mason finds a hole and sneaks in for 2. That makes it 8-0 Senators early in the first quarter of play. We see more of the offensive juggernaut that we've seen the whole game so far, or the whole season so far. Nobody's been able to stop that offense.
Exactly. Great start. Take the opening drive methodically, move down the field, and just now get the defense up there and let's get rolling.
We're going to step aside, take a short commercial break from Meadowview, Salem Crossing, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Back to live action. Back to live action here
Friday the 13th.
at Art Sanders Field. It seems like I can't get anything to stop, so I hope it's the Senator offense that we can't get to stop either. So Senators do score on that opening drive, making it 8-0 here on West Washington Livestream and 1220 WSLM. Harrison Sanford back to kick.
Marching down the field.
He had a very good game kicking last time,
The elapsed time.
other than the one that he completely missed and it went about 6 yards.
Yeah.
That one bounces right up the middle. Number 43 picks that one up. That is Jordan Curtis, the senior 160, 5'10" running back. Out comes the Senator defense for the first time.
You know, the thing I really liked about that offensive drive is the number of people that was involved. Harrison touched it, Mason touched it, Holden touched it, Jake touched it, Glenn Rankin touched it. When was the last time we had a drive where
Everybody
you had three catches among 2 tight ends? I mean that's like we were talking pregame. That's another they're the weapons that we have.
34 comes around the end, which is Colton Dickey.
We can gain maybe
Gain
one.
Maybe one. Looks
Two.
like
One.
Mr. Myers over there on the far sideline gives him a yard and a half.
Come on, Matt.
He may have been talking to Coach Sullivan over there too, because he's on the other stick.
And is that Rosenbaum on the other?
Probably on the third one, and then Joe Walker.
Got the 3 Stooges over there.
Camden Grandstaff, the center, 215, the senior, and Alex Emery, 270, the junior, the left guard, right guard, Caleb McCracken.
Senators come out in their
Nelson at 220,
5-2 defense.
the senior, the right tackle.
Oh,
To play Jordan Curtis.
Jordan Curtis comes up the middle on a counter play.
he made a nice cut back into the middle, saw an opening.
Midfield, and 6 yards on Jordan's first carry of the night. He really struggled. In fact,
It's a big third down.
keen on him last week.
Nice Senators hold them here, and then make Springs Valley make a decision on whether they're going to go for it or punt.
This is where Coach Gibson has to really get his defense to buckle down and not give up these 2 yards here,
Exactly.
right at the 50-yard line.
We need to shorten the game and just keep getting first down.
Going to be a false start on the Senators. So we're going to give them the first down.
Yeah, first downs will be critical for the Hawks tonight because you run 3 to 4 minutes off the clock. You got to shorten the game. Obviously we just saw, how
So
the Senators can move the ball down.
Hawks are going to take the ball and move it to about the 45. Going to be first and 10.
And then punch one in, keep us, right there in the ball game.
So the Hawks get their initial first down off a penalty. They're at the 45 of the Senators, first down and 10. In motion is
More of the wing T, 34.
Bounce
Colton
outside.
Dickey bounces it outside. He's
40, 35.
going to get pushed out of bounds.
Goes down around the 30
I believe that was Harrison, maybe Jake over there who made that. Going to be another first down.
on that right side, and he will pick up
We've not seen teams do that to us yet.
No, that's the first kind of run that we've really seen somebody be able to bounce that outside.
Valley senior, and the Hawks appear to be
In come 2 new Blackhawks into the huddle. Number 22, Cannon Chase.
7:15 to go. Open quarter here in Campbellsburg.
We look better on run plays than we did all last week, Mike. So that's
Looks like we're going back to a 4-4 defense.
Yeah, that's going to come around this side. Nice job by
Binskin.
Binskin to bring down Colton Dickey. Sorry, I believe that was Jordan Curtis with that carry.
Gain of 7 to the 23 of second down and 3. So
Going to be second and 3.
at least here initially have had success with their ground game.
together and they're back to the ball. You know, their fakes are looking good, and kept pushing off balance a little bit. They're trying to find football, and that always helps this offense move.
Chase Allenquist on 1st and 10. Raise up Desmond Jones. Carries
Desmond Jones gets that one. He's going to be brought down by Rankin on that side.
Looked like he might have made the wrong cut there.
Going to back him up a little bit. Going to be 3rd and a long 4 maybe.
That was fatal for him. Chase Farmer in on the stop. And that will lose. Well, actually, they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play for Desmond.
Thought should be back a yard.
I thought he should be too. He didn't. The officials didn't back him up at all, so he got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be 3rd and 3 here. 5:55 to go.
He had a good lane there, and they just
They went back to the 5.
outside. And they,
So we're back in the 5 front now. Wing T with 1 wide receiver over here. Gives it around 34. Colton Dickey with that one. Going to be close to the first down yardage. They do give him the first down. So that's going to be 3 consecutive first downs.
Hawks get a fresh set of downs. Colton Dickey picking up the necessary yardage. And it will be a 5-yard
3rd
gain
first
there.
down for Springs Valley on this drive.
3 carries now for Mr. Dickey. And a 1st and 10 now as the Hawks are in the red zone at the 18.
Hawks come in on the 18 for this
about 5 minutes already.
offensive play.
You got to put it in the end zone, though.
Grimes was on their side. Wings now in motion. Before you stop, throw is Chase.
Kenton Chase comes back. Or sorry, Cannon Chase comes back.
I think that's Kenton's cousin.
I believe it is too. Kenton, your running back, quarterback combo kid there.
Slash. Yeah.
Running a little bit of the Wildcat there with him, I'm sure.
You have to be careful because Central's got a bunch of athletes, and sometimes when you're throwing.
So 2nd and 10 here from the 18. Still first quarter action. Senators up 8-0.
Careful with it. He made a good decision there to just go ahead and throw it out of bounds. Let anybody open.
2nd and 10. Again, Grimes splits to the near side in motion. Curtis counter to Dickey.
Dickey gets the ball. He's going to gain maybe 1.
Maybe a couple.
So he meets the Senator line there. Going to be 3rd.
Spot the ball at the
Gonna be
16-yard line. So only a 2-yard gain.
3rd and 8 here.
Hawks looking at 3rd down. And a West Washington going pretty much with a 5-2. Their nose guards Charles Madden, 237 and a junior. Tackles Michael Leach.
Defense gets set.
251 and a junior.
These boys, I think, have taken it a little bit personal. Those 3 first downs in a row. They've tightened up their defense there a little
They got to
bit.
get off the field because Springs Valley's running a lot of time. We're down to 4:24 here in the first quarter.
Going to come around this side.
Goes off to Jordan Curtis.
Jordan Curtis
Taking the pile with him.
pushes the pile a little bit.
Good piece of running there by Jordan. Hit it about the 15, but just kept those legs driving. And they're going to spot it all
Going
the
to
way
be
down to
4th and 3.
So they'll pick up 5. And bring up now a
Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play.
Big play right here.
Right here, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Senators send in Hunter Pate into his linebacker position.
here. See if the Hawks can get the necessary 3 yards and keep this drive alive. Chase sends
They changed.
motion. Go. It's snapped back to
Snapped back to 32, Connor Grimes.
I don't think he got it.
I don't know that he got it. It looks short.
Senators are saying he did not get it, and I think by the spot, he did not.
bring the chains out here for a measurement.
Going to be interesting where they put that one.
Set it down.
They didn't.
They
get
didn't get it. Going to be short. So Senators come in and take over on downs. They send in their offensive unit.
Did not get it, and the Hawks turn it over on down.
Good job by defense there, bending but not breaking.
Coach Hammond wants an explanation why the chains weren't brought out. Official lets him know it wasn't close enough.
3:30 remaining in this opening. We're in
Let's see if
already 8-0 Senators.
the thing I notice is there's a lot of kids on Springs Valley, especially just
Playing
play
both ways.
and with this heat.
4th down play.
You know, they've been out here on a big drive and now didn't get in. turn the ball over.
And we're out on the Senators' offensive drive, so
Yeah.
you know you're looking 20, 25 plays straight here where they haven't come out of the game.
Yeah.
Back to it. Just got to really, not letting this come right down the field here.
Goes back to Bousman. Bousman hands off to Roper McFeeters,
Nice job.
who gains about 12 before he's brought down by number 30, Desmond Jones. Desmond saw Roper saw the hole there and tried to sidestep Jones and wasn't able to do it, so he was brought down. Looks like we've got a cramp maybe. I can't make out a number on who's down. Like
Trenton Binskin.
maybe it's Trenton Binskin.
No, there's Trenton coming in. Trenton was on the sideline.
Is it Jaron Roll maybe? 77?
Nah, Jaron's standing out there. I wonder if it's Charles Madden.
Maybe. I don't see Charles over here, so it may be Charles. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from Eddie Gilstrap Motors and Ernstberger Orthodontist. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radioland. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Back to action here. It was Charles Madden who did go down. He's coming off the field under his own power, so that's good. West Washington does take over here on WSLM 1220 on the offensive side of the ball. The first run of this drive was for approximately 9 yards by Roper McFeeters.
Roper kind of exploded through that hole and got to, him and Mason make a good combination. Mason's got some deceptive quickness, but, Mason's more of a north-south type runner, and Roper, he's a slasher with speed.
The injured player, Charles Madden, the center.
So Madden comes out. Binskin moves over to the center. Mason makes a nice run up the middle for a gain of 5. Going to be a first down for the Senators. Senators get set. Get the play in from Coach Bousman.
Got 2 tight ends again with Jake and Glenn in, both of them.
Screen pass out to, was that Park? No, that's Chase over there. He bobbled it, was not able to come down with it, so going to be an incomplete pass. Holden does a nice job of selling that run up the middle by Mason, and Farmer heard the footsteps of the defensive back on that side. Senators get the call in again from Coach Bousman. They are looking into the sun as they pick up that play. They aren't shaded by the press box yet. Comes up to Mason Armstrong.
Nice.
He's going to pick up a gain of 7.
I think it's going to be a hold.
Going to be a hold. We're going to come back by where it's thrown. So we're going to negate that gain there. Seems like the Senators have been called for quite a bit of holding this year.
Valley's defense, the tackles, Andrew Galloway, 300 and a junior. Caleb McCracken, 225, the senior. The ends are Camden Grandstaff, 215 and the senior. Alex
Senators
Henry, 270.
come out after backing that one up
Desmond Jones, 176 and a junior.
on the hold.
George at 175, the senior. The inside linebackers, Amalika.
So it's going to be
Senior, Brooks Steady at 175.
second down and second down and 20 from where that one was, where that hold happened. Holden looking, throws it to Mason. Mason going to pick up a big chunk of those yards back. He's going to gain about 15. 14, I think, is the mark they're going to give him. So he gets a bunch of those back, but we're still going to have a third and about 6.
What's that, 29-yard line?
Yep. We still have Binskin in at center. Charles Madden has not made his way back into the game yet. He's still sitting on the sideline over here. Comes back to Bowsman. Bowsman to Sanford. Sanford does go down after he gains the first down there. Gain of about 8. 2:15 to go in the first quarter of play. West Washington is ahead 8-0.
Mike, that's the fourth receiver Bowsman's been able to get, and it's just, they just really spread you out.
Now we've got 2 backs in along with 2 receivers. This one comes over to Roper. Mason going to be the lead block. Roper just runs right up the back. He goes down after I thought he was down first at the 45 of Springs Valley, but then he ran another about 12 yards down the field to make it at the 42 of Springs Valley. Nice run there by Roper. They thought he was going to go out of bounds. He just spun it and kept right on going.
Yes, he did.
21-yard gain on the play to the 42 of Springs Valley, and again the Senators.
1:45 to go here in the first quarter of play. 3 wide receiver set here, 2 twins to the top, single receiver Parker Green down to this side. Holden drops out to that side, bootleg, going to be deep, not going to be able to run underneath that one is Chase Farmer.
We're down to a minute 25 here in the first quarter. Quick moving quarter.
Yeah. Well, Valley was able to drive, which is something we didn't see a whole lot of last week with Mitchell in the wing tee. They weren't really able to drive it, back and forth on us. So, their all run didn't slow the clock down a whole lot.
Mason looks like he's turned an ankle or something. He's over here on the sideline.
Bowsman with a straight run, snap to him. He's going to get out to that side.
Get the first down.
Get the first down. Then we're going to have a flag. Going to be a hold on the offense. I talked to Coach Bowsman about this, and he thinks that a lot of the holds that we're getting called for out wide are because our receivers are so physical out there, and other teams and the officials aren't used to seeing a physical receiver be able to drive, defensive back backwards.
Charles is back down.
West Washington, they have had so many problems. We talked at the outset about instead of their entries to D1 prospect,
I think that's Big Mike Leach.
Oh,
Charles is 78, so that's 79. Big Mike Leach is down now on the field. Looks like he's going to have a leg issue. Don't know if it's a knee or just a hard hit. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the IHSA. We'll be back in just a moment.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheers for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
high school sports,
You pay,
we play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream, Mike Leach is coming off the field with the help of the trainer. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for West Washington. The way he's walking, I'm thinking ankle.
Yeah.
He's unable to put his heel down, so Bausman rolls this way, throws it through the hands of Parker Green. We're going to get a late hit on Holden Bausman, so we're going to pick up a personal foul, come back the other way, roughing the passer. So we're going to pick up a first down on that one.
We'll take it.
All last week, the Hawks shot themselves in the foot.
So we're going to walk that one back.
It's going to take us down to the 32.
15-yard walk off as well.
That's it.
Is it the 32? Is that where they're going?
Should be a 15-yard penalty.
Yep,
He's
there
on
we
the
go.
47, so.
Ball on the 32. Going to be an automatic first down.
Nice job putting pressure on him, took the correct angle and everything else, but he needed to lift.
So Coach Sullivan over there jogging up and down the sidelines with the first down marker moving. Senators set with their 3 wide receivers.
32, 1st and 10 now for the Senators. So now he's had them 2nd and 20 and 2nd and 15, and they let them off the hook each time.
That one too, Mason Armstrong in the backfield. Tries to stiff arm, gets a gain of 2 maybe.
It looks like they're going to put it on the 30.
Maybe just shy of it, but 59.2 left as the time still continues to tick off. Nice job over there to Chase Farmer with that reception.
It's up to what, the 26, 25? 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 for West
Are
Washington.
we going to run and play before the end of the quarter? Looks like we're heading to the sideline.
Let's just let time run out. We'll start our 3rd down when the 2nd quarter begins. So we have come to the end of the 1st quarter.
First quarter ends. West Washington up 8-0 here over the Springs Valley Blackhawks. We'll be back after a short commercial break from Salem Crossing and the IHSAA. This is 1220 WSLM and Salem live stream.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah!
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA. You want
Back here at Art Sanders Field on Salem's WSLM 1220. This is West Washington's 2nd home game of the year here at Art Sanders Field. They are up 8-0 over the Blackhawks of Springs Valley. Ball is on the 26. It is a 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
Saw a shocking score while we was away. Salem leads Brownstown 7-0 at the end of the 1st quarter. Salem scored on a pass with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. So I think Salem's at Brownstown Friday 13th, full moon on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I mean,
Couldn't
Mike Hamilton, Kevin Mills.
couldn't be anything more over there, I guess.
no. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Senators. We get in the second quarter. Oh, there's another hold.
There's going to be a
hold.
hold as Holden gets out of bounds for a first down, but it's going to be called back on a hold.
And that'll be the 4th penalty on the Senators so far in the game for 35 yards. I mean, that one was obvious.
Yeah.
I saw that one clear as day.
We seem to be getting called for that hold quite a bit. We just got to keep our hands inside those shoulder pads and not.
I mean, I don't get this marking it off. Used to, you would walk it off, and these guys are walking diagonal all over the field.
Yeah.
And then just randomly placing the ball, it looks like.
Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 16, 17. 3rd and 20-ish is what's on the board. So
yeah. Who knows?
When you walk diagonal, it's hard to figure out. We got trips to the top side of the field.
3rd and 18.
Oh,
Farmer open. We're going to get incomplete pass, but then we're going to have a flag in the middle of the field also.
It's going to be holding on Springs Valley.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what this one is. We said the first period of play didn't take very long. Well, this one starts off with penalties, so it's going to last a little longer apparently. Officials out in the middle of the field, they're going to talk about it. Holding on Valley.
So it's going to be holding here against the Hawks. That will move the ball to the 3rd.
So now we're going to be back into a manageable 3rd down.
To say the least. It's going to be now 3rd down.
About 7. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
So Hawks continue.
11:31 to go here in the second quarter of play.
It would have been 4th and 18. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Here's Bassman. Play action.
Holden rolls out.
Looking for running. Makes a cut. Turns it upfield. Gets a block and out.
Nice move there by Bausman. A couple of cuts, but isn't able to get quite to that first down marker. So we're going to see a 4th down. Going to be 4th and 3.
A lot of things you can do here. I mean, obviously you can run it. You could look for Jake or Glenn on a quick hitter, from the tight end spot, or you can get it out to Chase and Harrison where they're playing 10 yards off of them. They run a quick slant. That's an automatic first down.
We're going to see Valley get a little bit of their own defense or their own offense here. Looks like a wing T. Comes into Farmer. Farmer up the middle. He's going to get the first down and keep right on going for about a gain of 9 before he's finally brought down.
Get up to the 15.
15 on that one. Senators back under center, ready to go again.
Senators do their best to react to get out of it. That'll be a 10-yard pickup for Farmer. 1st and 10 now for the Senators at the Valley 15.
Senators can get another first down before they have to score. So
it's amazing. We played a quarter and some here in the second, and Springs Valley's had the ball one time.
Holding another bootleg to that side. Farmer makes a nice move.
Another first down.
Another first down for the Senators.
It's amazing. We played a quarter.
Holden looking to get outside of that pocket with the bootleg and then finding who's open once everybody goes to chase him. So
another
he
bootleg
finds
to that
Farmer.
side.
Going to be a
Farmer makes
first
a
and
nice
goal
move
from about the 3.
Touchdown tonight. Make that the 2-yard line. So officially a 12-yard reception to Farmer. And the Senators now have 4 downs to try to punch it in for their second touchdown of the night.
Give this to Mason Armstrong up the middle. He spins and gets in.
Armstrong up the
Nice
middle.
job by Armstrong to get in on that play.
Once again, with 9:57 remaining here in this first.
Makes it 14-0 West Washington.
They're about their 25-yard line. We just weren't able to shut them down there. And then they only took a couple of plays to get it in the end zone.
Nice drive again by the Senators. They got themselves in some predicaments with penalties, but got
still able to get out of it and get in the end zone. We come in with 2 backs, both of them split each way.
Throw it
Out to McFeeters. McFeeters gets in the end zone for a 2-point conversion to make it 16-0. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back to action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 16-0 over the Springs Valley Blackhawks. There is 9:57 left to go in the second quarter of play here. Senators getting ready to kick off with Harrison Sanford. That kick is going to go to the up back. It's number 31, Adam George.
And this is just the second possession of the ball game for Springs Valley.
Yeah.
It's like Holden's coming out to play safety.
Yeah. Harrison's got to come out of play because his helmet came off, so he's got to come out one.
I didn't see his helmet come off.
Yep. West Washington has some confusion on the field, sending players out, bringing players back in. Brady Coulter went in and then wasn't sure he was needed, so we're gonna get a quick timeout here by Coach Basman. Kind of interesting that Sanford is our punter, and he was the one who got his helmet knocked off, so that's a new one. Not very often do you see the punter be the player with his helmet get knocked off.
No, like I said, I was messing with the iPad, the stats, and I didn't see it. So, looks like Roper McFeeters is coming off. And they may go with Holden and Brady Coulter as the safeties. Looks like Mason Armstrong's in at linebacker. And Pate.
So Senators getting it figured out there.
So Springs Valley comes back out in their wing tee. And 43 in motion. Counter back this way. 34, Dickey.
Colton Dickey up the middle with that one.
And looks like he's going to pick up about 4 up to the 45-yard line. So bring up 2nd down and 6. Again, Springs Valley takes about a minute between every play because play comes in from the sideline and they got to huddle and call it, and then so a lot of time running off.
Still in the wing tee, going to come back around the other way to Jordan Curtis. He's going to be met by 63, which is Bryce Brown, who meets him in the backfield.
Yeah, nice job there by Bryce. No gain on that play. Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Senators getting the defensive call in from Coach Gibson.
I believe they've just attempted 2 pass, or maybe just 1 pass. They attempted 1 pass, and on that, Jake Strange was able to get a big rush from the outside and force him to throw it before he wanted to. He's moving.
Full incomplete. Tries to make the pass to Jordan Curtis, but is unable to do so. So it's one of those that, you know, he was going to be met hard there by the defense, even if he was able to catch it. So
looks like they're going to punt.
It does look like they send in their punt unit.
Yeah, doesn't mean they're going to, but
big shout out. I forgot to mention earlier that we have our live stream technician here with us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Maddie Akers is
job.
running the live stream for us. So we just get to sit back and kind of call the game. She takes over
That's
for
nice.
us and makes it easy. Going to be
Springs Valley's gonna take
timeout. Springs Valley. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. 8:27 left to go here in the second quarter of play. 16-0. West Washington out ahead. Valley does line up to punt here. That's going to be a rugby-style punt. That's going to go out of bounds over by the 30.
Mark it out at the 31.
He's walking back this way now.
Yeah, I was
going to be 35.
I don't see how in the world he could see it because
So,
nobody. I mean,
that's an odd angle there.
Yeah.
Because he's got to watch the lines, be offsides or jump or anything over there, and then also get back to mark that ball that's kicked out of bounds. So that's a hard one to judge.
Yes, it is.
First and 10, West Washington. That handoff to Mason Armstrong. He's running hard. Runs over one, still going. Gets away, gonna gain. Looks like 8 is where they're gonna mark him out. Armstrong running really hard over there, doing a good job.
Gets out at 43. We go trips this time.
We go trips to this side with Mason on this side.
So you're really running quads.
Going to be a screen out to
Harrison.
Harrison gets open. He goes down the sideline. He's gone. Harrison.
Nice job.
Harrison Sanford all the way into the end zone. Great play. Great design there by the West Washington Senators. Harrison catches that screen pass on the 40 and then runs the rest of the way. Seemed like the Valley defense kind of got caught on themselves in the secondary there. So West Washington does score on that, makes it 22-0. 8:01 left to go here in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, nice job. Went trips, just a little flanker screen, and you got some linemen out in front of him, and here comes Chase.
Chase around the end.
No,
He's
that's
gonna.
Harrison.
Is it Harrison?
Yep.
It is Harrison. He's gonna scamper into the end zone after the block out there by Mason and Farmer. Senators now 22-0 over the Valley Blackhawks. This is This is the offense that we talked about early.
Yeah, explosive.
How explosive. It doesn't take long. They can catch a 4-yard pass and then run for 60.
Yeah. And I mean, you saw the way that Springs Valley was defending it. If Harrison got one block and got that crease, he was going to be able to get through it. And I didn't think they'd have anybody catch him, and they didn't.
There are going to be very few guys out there that catch Harrison outside.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Especially if you give Harrison a 2 or 3 step head start.
I wondered if Harrison was going to kick after that big run, and it looks like Jake Strange, who started the year as a kicker, is going to come in and kick this time, give Harrison a chance to catch his breath.
Well, I heard a little bit about that. Jake started the year kicking, and then after the Crawford game, said his leg was just tired after kicking. So he took a game off at Mitchell, and Harrison did the kicking. Well, Harrison's doing the scoring in this game, so he's going to get a break.
Yeah. Well, and Harrison, if I remember right, like the last quarter against Crawford County, or last
came in
maybe,
and kicked.
He kicked. Jake may put this right over their heads.
Yeah, they've walked up to about the 20. They haven't seen Jake kick one yet, so we'll see if he can get a hold of it.
No, he just pooches it up in the air.
It's up in the air, going to bounce. Roper McFeeters. Oh, boom! Hello.
Glenn Rankin.
Glenn Rankin comes down and meets number 32 in the hole.
Wow.
That is Connor Grimes, and he gets a nice welcome to Campbellsburg.
Yeah, as soon as he touched it, he was down. There was no getting out of that.
Remember, Glenn Rankin is my special teams player of the week almost every week. He goes down and is just looking to lay somebody out. Those of you at home got to see the replay of that one where Glenn just lit up Grimes as soon as he caught the ball and took one step. So
another update, Mitchell is ahead of Eastern Green 20-8 in the first half.
7:54 here to go. West Washington up 24-0 over the Valley Blackhawks. There's the wing tee coming back. Nice counter play there by number 43, Jordan Curtis.
Gets up to the 38, so 6-yard gain.
Six-yard gain on the play for Mr. Curtis. Second down and 4.
West Washington getting their play in from Gibby on the sideline. All of them look over. There is no huddle for them. They don't huddle on offense or defense. They're just getting the play call straight from the coach. Wing T formation for Valley. Oh, we're going to get a false start there. That's going to.
Yep.
I think that was most of the offensive line, other than the center, jumped on that one.
It may be his fault. He
didn't snap the ball.
Snap the ball.
Looked like everybody was moving other than him.
Yeah,
so.
And usually when that happens,
that's on the center.
It's on the center.
It goes from a 2nd and 4, going to be a 2nd and 9. 7:07 left to go here in the second quarter. Handed off to number 30, Desmond Jones.
Well, he
fumbled. Holden falls on the ball. It's going to be West Washington football. He does a great job of, as soon as he sees that one rolling, he falls right on top of it and doesn't let anybody even get close to him. So
I would not be shocked at all to see us
take a shot here.
Take a shot downfield. Put this thing out of reach.
Yep. Senators come out, twins to the short side of the field. Mason Armstrong in the back, motion across. Going to be a false start on the Senators. I didn't see who was moving, but somebody was moving. Been a half of penalties.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 penalties between the two teams here in the first half.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of stoppage. You got Harrison one-on-one on the far side. Safety's cheated over here.
We've got nobody on this side.
Senators going to take timeout.
Senators trying to get the play figured out. They couldn't get it, so we're going to step aside, have a commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Get your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington counties.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, we're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
Back here on 1220 WSLM, Senators out ahead 24-0. Oh, we got to move. Parker Green with the catch. He gets caught from behind, but definitely a designed play to look like that jet sweep. Nice throw by Holden to Parker, the junior classmates.
All the way down to the 10.
All the way down to the 10.
39-yard pickup right there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 10 for West Washington. Oh, Armstrong met in the backfield, but spins away from the first tackler, but is met by the second one, number 50, Travis Bell.
He just came shooting through that left side of the line.
Mason is upset with himself. He knew that that was one that he could have squeaked through.
Mm-hmm.
Farmer gets the pass from inside. He's going to get down to about the 2. Does a great job of following the block that he's got in front of him. Doesn't need to bounce that one outside because there's not anybody out there to help block. So turns that one up. Going to be 3rd down and 2 on the 2.
Down to 5.5 minutes here in the first half. There we see it on for us. It's going to be another penalty.
The ball is still setting on the 2.
And it's going to go back to the 7.
That's one of those that we saw it from the Blackhawks, and then we did the exact same thing.
Yep.
Vinskin in at center just looked like he didn't snap the ball. Oh no, it's not. It's Charles Madden back in, and he just didn't snap the ball. So the Senators do kind of go on a silent count. It's whenever Charles is ready, and he gets a signal from Holden that he's ready. Then they snap the ball. So it's a silent count.
Ball back to the 7.
Roll, Harrison wide open, gets it, but is not going to be able to get into the end zone. So he's going to be short.
It's going to be a 4th and goal from
4th and goal from
the 2.
2 maybe?
4 yards to the 3-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line. Again, the Hawks have an opportunity if they can come up with a stop to deny the Senators a touchdown. Asman pitches it off now to Saflin on the sweep, and
they're going to stop him there behind the line, so we're going to lose yards. Jordan Curtis there for the stop. So we're going to come back with our defense out, but it's going to be a long way to go there.
Big 4th down play, and they deny the Senators a score and will take over the football now. 1st and 10. However, they are pinned back.
1st and 10 on about the 7-yard line, it looks like.
Reminder, coming up at half, we'll be showing the introduction of all the youth league and junior high teams, kids coming out on the field. I know my mother-in-law, Linda Humphrey, is going to be watching that, so I'm sure a lot of grandparents are going to be watching their grandkids.
And it's third grade all the way through
eighth grade.
So 4:39 left to go here in the first half of play. Senators are up 24-0 over the Blackhawks of Springs Valley. Senators in a forefront, it looks like.
Chase takes the snap, hands off to Curtis.
Curtis outside, Farmer meets him out wide, and then they're going to drop him. He may gain a yard, maybe.
Looks like he's going to leave the sticks. No, he's moving.
Going to move forward just a touch. Coach Myers over there doesn't want to move it too much.
Yeah, require him having to move.
3:38 and counting.
Initially gets there, and then they're able to bring 2 or 3 other, Senators to the ball, and just makes it difficult there. We got to stay on the block.
Now he comes out with 2 wide receivers to this side.
Wide on their side. Empty backfield, 3 on the play clock.
Oh, we're going to have a false start.
Over there on the left side, that was Nelson, the left tackle, that jumped too soon. So that'll move the ball back to the 5-yard
Going to be back on the 5 now.
Bring up a 3rd down.
Looks like about a 3rd and 8, maybe. No, going to be more than that. 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
I think both teams together are going to pass that.
Senators still out in their 4 defensive front.
Got to watch it draw up the middle here.
Yep. Comes back.
Wow.
Holden catches a nice ground ball. Coach Ingram would have been happy with that. That was a one-hopper right to him. That would have been an easy out for him.
Yeah, give Coach Ingram a lot of credit this week while I'm doing football. He's had the girls in working, and then was also helping tonight with our youth league camp for girls basketball. So I've kept him busy.
He's a good one to have around.
Yes,
so.
he is.
Really good athletes back there, and you can tell the difference. The other night against Paoli, we were able to
Valley gonna punt here.
pretty consistently.
And Chase, as we said, has done a nice job of fielding these punts.
Rugby kick almost gets blocked. That one going to be out of. Oh, it rolls. We're going to take over on the 38. So Senators have good field position here. 2:36 left to go in the second quarter of play. Before we get to the halftime, this would be a great time for them to punch one in.
Sure would be.
Senators have it now. Let's see if the Hawks can stiffen their defense here and try to keep this a 24-0 game here.
Probably come out throwing on this first play, Mike. Jordan really has to.
Holden moves Mason over to the other side.
In motion is Sanford. And
oh, flea flicker coming. Uh-oh.
Back to Bausman. Now he's in trouble. He throws it downfield. He's got his man Harrison Sanford.
Sanford catches it. Probably not going to gain anything there. Going to be right where he was.
Yeah.
Good idea by the Senators, but
they're going to give him a gain of 1.
Are they? Holden probably ran about 15 and threw it about 20 and gained 1.
Yeah, and we saw him play similar, well, not the flea flicker part, but, catching at the line of scrimmage and end up a big touchdown last week for Chase.
Holden looking, sees a hole, cuts back, gets down on the ground. Good play there by Holden. Going to gain another 4 yards. Looks like 3rd and about 3 by the mark over there by Coach Myers.
Minute 39 and counting here in the first half. Trips to the far side.
Hand off to Mason. Mason looking to get upfield. He does get up. He's going to pick up the first down. 1:27 left to go.
You got to keep going. Down to minute 20.
Senators still looking to drive here. Holden with the rollout. Harrison does a nice stop there and then gets up.
Gets
Gonna
out
go
of bounds.
out of
That's
bounds.
the key.
Now we got a flag.
Late hit. Thank you very much. Springs Valley's definitely helped us out with some untimely penalties for them.
I believe that's going to be a late hit on number 84.
And they're saying that is the second one on him, and he's been ejected.
So in Harrison Sanford does a nice job of picking up yards there. It's going to be first and goal from the 9.
9-yard gain to Sanford. The penalty moves it up first and goal now for the Senators.
Mason takes that one, runs up the middle. He gets a nice gain up there. Clock is not stopping here. Under 50 to go. Senators getting set again.
So it's second and goal now at the 1. Osman will keep it in zone.
We're going to have a
False
flag.
start. Another false start on the Senators.
I don't think we had our wide receivers set.
Seconds left to go. So I don't know. Maybe the Senators are doing this on purpose just to make it harder. Say, well, hey,
Clock does stop here. 42.3 left to go. Senators are up 24-0 over Springs Valley.
7 penalties in the first half on the Senators, 6 on Springs Valley.
I know that's not going to make Coach Bausman very happy at all.
No, it's not going to make any of them happy.
so the ball back to the 6-yard line.
So we're going to be 2nd and 6. Bausman rolls. Still looking. Flips it to the back. Parker Green with the catch in the back of the end zone. Strange play there to have happen. It's all over the place, bouncing from one player to the next, and then all of a sudden Parker Green comes up with one on his shoestrings. Touchdown Senators. Bounces off of Jake's hands. Actually, it hits Parker's hands first, then hits Jake's, then goes back to Parker. So touchdown Senators.
You mean they didn't draw that up like that?
I don't believe so.
I thought I saw them out there the other night practicing that exact play, and they worked to perfection right there.
We've got another penalty.
Another false start.
That's one of those that I'm sure Coach Sullivan likes, the passing that's going on out there, because that's three of his basketball boys, from Holden to Parker to Jake, back to Parker. I'm sure we'll probably see that drawn up sometime this year for Parker with a shot.
It is hot up here. I mean, RAC is definitely not working.
No, I think that's a for sure. I've been up in this press box a lot, and I've never seen this many drinks sitting up on the counter for people to drink it. If you think it's hot outside, it's hot in here too. Bausman rolls, looks, fires. Caught for a score. Chase Farmer.
Hang on, there's a holding penalty on Senators.
Looks like a hold. So we're going to try that one again. As so 34 seconds left, and we're still going.
We got a 2-point conversion from the what is that, the 18-yard line?
18-yard line.
Wow.
So Bausman's still out. We go with a single back. 11 to go on the play clock here. This is an untimed down, so.
Interesting score. Bedford North Lawrence down to Madison 2-0 at the half.
So that's going to be way over Sanford's head, so going to be 30-0 after that kind of a mess there in the end zone. those of you who have scores out there, definitely shoot them our way so that we can get them out to everybody. We've got a score of 30-0 here. Senators out ahead of the Springs Valley Blackhawks. The Senators just seem to be running all over. Being able to pass, being able to do whatever they want. There hasn't been anything to be able to stop them yet. So.
32, Connor Grimes. 43, Jordan Curtis.
Senators come out to kick off again.
And is it Jake or is it
I think
Jake?
it's Jake. Big Jake coming out to kick. So 3 or 4 holding penalties there keep the Senators from being able to get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Senators with their 4th touchdown, just ahead of halftime as Parker Green holds in a 6-yard pass from Philip Hausman. Hawks do get the stop.
Jake back to kick this one. His dad standing in the end zone watching on. That one.
I'm sure Jimmy's not very
not very proud of that one.
With that kick.
That one went approximately 20 yards.
And it was a spiral.
It was. So they're going to take over on the 40.
I'd say probably Mike, if we're down 30-0 and going to get the ball to start the setback. But, they're just going to get back to playing just the sound football. They've had penalties, turnovers, and
Jake getting consoled a little bit there by Bryce Brown after that kick. He just looked kind of stunned.
I'm sure he did. All right, ball's supposed to... Oh, it went out on the 41.
It went out on the 41, so ball's on the 41.
We are definitely in a prevent defense.
2 wideouts. Chase hands off.
Handoff up the middle. Going to be brought down, gain of about 3.
Is that 31?
That's it up to about the 44. And maybe content to go over the half, looking there.
No, it's 34.
Going to be
no gain.
Going to be very happy here to go in with a 30-0 score. They're not going to run another play. Like we said, coming into halftime, all of the elementary football players along with the junior high are going to be announced. So we're going to play some commercials during halftime, leave the camera running so that you guys can see those players being announced. You won't hear them, but you'll hear the commercials from WSLM. And then we'll come back on and talk about the stats and things as we start the second half of play. This is West Washington ahead 30-0 over Springs Valley here at Art Sanders Field on 1220 WSLM.
One update for Salem's leading Brownstown 14-0 at the half.
Good job by the Lions there, going to Brownstown and putting up 14 points in the first half. So we're going to step aside. We'll be back as we start the third quarter of action.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington, Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner, the Commissioner's Corner, IHSAA Champions Radio Network. I'm Bob Lovell. The Commissioner, Bobby Cox, joins me. Commissioner Cox, thanks so much for being with us. Week number 3 of the high school football season. We are rolling along. Weather has been great, and there's a lot of positives right now to talk about on the football season.
You are right, Bob. Amazingly, the third of the regular season is now completed. 3 games, we play 9, and so it goes by so quickly, and we have been very fortunate. The weather across the state for the first 3 weeks has been great. That should encourage great crowds. The reports that we're receiving in the office that there have been capacity crowds at many of our venues across the state. That's a real good sign for our member schools that play football. It's a revenue piece. It carries a lot of the other programs within the department, and so that's a really good thing when we have good weather and fans can come out and support these young people. And the games have been fun. We've had some great matchups. We've had some great upsets. We've had the monitoring of our new Mercy Rule. This past week, we had 50 games of the 164 contests that reached a 35-point or greater disparity between the 2 schools. So we assume that the Mercy Rule was in effect. And the office has received no complaints, no reports of clock malfunctioning, no negativity whatsoever with the implementation of the Mercy Rule. So we're very pleased with the first 3 weeks, and we'll continue to monitor it throughout the season.
Yeah, it's interesting that 3 weeks in, certainly a small sample size, but 1/3 of the games seem to be close to the standard to this point.
It is interesting, and it'll be interesting to compare the entire season. As you get closer to the end and teams start getting a little better toward the end and getting ready for tournament time, maybe those number of games that are at 35 points or greater will go down, but we don't know. We've never done this before, so it's really kind of interesting to watch the results come in, and then we'll obviously do this during the tournament series, and then we're going to compare those to last year's results in the tournament and see if we see a decrease in those types of things throughout the sectional.
Bobby Cox joining us. We're talking about all things IHSAA. Fall sports in full swing. Won't be long before we start getting into postseason play. Girls golf is right around the corner.
It is right around the corner, and there have been some big invitationals in girls golf, so you're starting to see some scores come down, and it won't be too long before we start sectional play. In the month of September, we start playing girls golf the 20th of September. That's just a couple weeks away. So we're right at it here, inside 2 weeks. And then once the girls golf tournament begins, then all the other fall sports fall in line, and we'll be in tournament play. And, of course, football will be the final tournament series to conclude and over Thanksgiving weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium. So it's a fast and furious fall, but it's a lot of fun for high school fans and a lot of fun for our student athletes.
A little bit of a different question. We talked about football. Numbers for high school football in our state are down slightly. Seems to be a little bit of a trend nationwide. Am I right?
It is correct, Bob. There's a variety of factors, but I think certainly the concern for young people playing football and concussions has changed that dynamic a little bit. I would tell you, though, that education about concussions and the safety of the game has never been, I don't think high school football has ever been safer than it is today with the technologies that we now have, the way we teach tackling, the way we equip young people. But there's still a concern, and that's a justifiable concern by any parent. Numbers are down. Part of the reason our numbers are down, though, is because we lost 3 football playing schools.
Right.
Because of school closures, and that will skew the number as well. Mm-hmm. So I think you've got to also not only look at it globally like we're trying to look at it, but also need to look at it a little more locally and see, are we comparing apples to apples? Do we have the same exact number of football playing schools from one year to the next? And then let's see what our numbers look like, because this year we have 3 less football playing schools than we did the year before.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner, have a great weekend. Let's hope the weather holds off again for some fun sports throughout the weekend around the state.
Me too, Bob. Thanks a lot.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get 1 free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket?
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. The experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA. You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Get your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington County.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, we're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success, inspiring them to never give up, encouraging them to always do their best, teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Back here at Art Sanders Field as we're getting ready to start the second half of play. We're a minute away from the second half kickoff where the Senators are ahead 30-0 over the Springs Valley Blackhawks. It's been a half of offense for the Senators. You couldn't ask for much more out of them. They've had a couple of batted passes that they've been able to catch. They've backed themselves up on penalties and then able to get going with long passes or even long runs. Just a great half of offense by the Senators. Darren, break down some scoring and some stats for us.
Quickly recap the scoring. 9:15 in the first quarter. Holden Bousman throws a 2-yard pass to Jake Strange in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Mason Armstrong runs in the 2-point conversion, making it 8-0. Then in the second quarter, we see an explosion at the 9:57 mark. Mason Armstrong runs it in from 2 yards out. Holden Bousman to Roper McFeeters for the 2-point conversion, making it 16-0. Then almost 2 minutes later at 8:01, Harrison Sanford catches a 57-yard bomb from Holden for the touchdown, and then also catches a 2-point conversion. Then at 34.3 seconds left, we saw the tip ball drill from Jake to Parker Green, who catches it for the touchdown, a 7-yard pass from Holden. The 2-point conversion pass failed, making the score 30-0, and that's where we stand at the half. Stats in the first half, very lopsided, just like the score would indicate. We don't have time to go through all of them, but West Washington had 315 yards total offense in the first half to 55 for Springs Valley. And we are set for the kickoff, and it is going to be Harrison back kicking this time. I think this is the first time all year that West Washington will start the half in defense.
Yeah. That's a much better kick by Harrison. Goes deep to number 43, Jordan Curtis. Hunter Pate goes in and greets him once again to Campbellsburg, Indiana, with a nice big hit there.
And Springs Valley will start from the 34-yard line.
Those of you at home watching on live stream, check out the moon in the background of your picture. That's looking over the school with them playing football in front of it. Pretty awesome shot there. Springs Valley comes out in their wing tee, one split out wide. 34 going to be the Kerry Colton Dickey. He's going to gain a couple of yards there.
And you just wonder how long Springs Valley sticks with this run before they have to try and throw more.
Yeah.
Holden Bousman at 3 touchdowns, 15 first downs for the Senators, 5 on the ground, 9 through the air, 1 by penalty, 2 of 4 on third downs, 1 of 2 on fourth downs, no turnovers. Now they have had 1 fumble.
Going to be 2nd and 8.
They had 3 first downs in that first half. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. In motion is Curtis.
Put it on the ground
Put
again.
it on the ground again. Going to be in the backfield for a loss of about 7.
They're going to mark it at the 30.
At the 30. So Valley looking at their third down here. Going to be 3rd and 14.
I'm sure Springs Valley wanted to come out and, get a couple first downs, move the ball, and this is not what
That's
they
not
want.
what you want. It's not the way you want to start.
Going to roll out.
Roll out this way. going to be tipped over. I think Jake got his big paw on that one.
I mean, Jake, even though he's not getting the sacks, I mean, he's getting the pressure on quarterbacks
He's getting
where they're
up the
having to
field.
throw it, just a half second before they want to.
He's getting up the field just enough to put pressure on, but not enough to let them drop in behind him either.
Exactly.
So he's done a really good job on this side, playing the strong side where, last year a lot he played the weak side with Caleb Murphy out there. So in comes 57, I believe that's Kai Struther. Going to be a rugby punt.
It's blocked. Blocked by, was that Glenn Rankin?
Glenn Rankin, special teams player of the week.
And we will take over at the 27.
That's not often do you see somebody able to get a block on that rugby style punt because of the way they move. But does a nice job of getting in on that one. Comes out with the 2 back. Going to be a handoff to Roper McFeeters, who turns and is running hard. He's out wide, stiff arms.
That's horse collar.
Number 7 brings him down, Dylan McLean, out wide. That's one of those, I'm sure, as we see Roper mature through the years, he's going to turn and lower his shoulder and run somebody over there. But with the freshman body, the freshman speed that he's got, he gets out wide and is able to get, the big gain there.
15-yard gain there for McFeeters.
That's a heck of a run there by a freshman, who Coach Bousman is super high on. It's just trying to get him in the game when you've got a great running back with Bobby, and then you've got Mason, who's backing him up, and Hunter Pate trying to get in, and Brady Coulter. You've got quite a few guys in front of you, and Roper makes the most of his carries there. That was a nice pass by Bousman to, was that Parker Green that caught that?
I'm not sure.
I think it was. Parker's still standing on this sideline and hasn't come out, so I think it was him. Second down, ball on the 5. Mason Armstrong out wide. He's looking for the end zone. He's going to get in. Touchdown, Mason Armstrong. Senators up 36-0. I don't see any flags on the field over there.
That's good.
That's good. We've had a couple of them walked back, so no flags. That makes it 36-0 Senators. 9:17 left to go in the third quarter.
And that is Armstrong's second touchdown of the night.
As many of you know, Mason was out that Crawford week.
He's out pretty much all of the second quarter and the second half of the Eastern game, too.
Yeah, so, he's one who's still getting his football legs underneath him, but he looks really good. Nice pickup there by Holden.
Nice
move by Mason, who walks in on the far side.
He made a nice cut, like he was going to cut inside and went to the outside. And, I mean, that was nice.
That was a cut there. First of all, it was a very nice pickup by Holden because that ball was on the ground, and then up into Mason's belly in order to allow him to get in, and then he makes a heck of a cut. So Senators up 38-0, which would put us into the mercy rule, I believe.
Oh, that's right. We're there.
So it should be a running clock from here because of the...
It's only 8:30. 8:30. Real time.
Real time. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
No.
Gotcha.
Cassie Keltner out giving the officials some H2O. They
Yeah.
need water.
Some of that high-quality West Washington H2O. We're going to have a running clock here once the kickoff happens. So Senators back to kickoff.
Well, there's something fishy going on at 33 Brick in downtown French Lick, especially on Fridays. That's when you get a full pound of fish for the price of a half pound.
See, every one of well, for week 1 we didn't have a running clock, but every game since then, running clock has been in effect.
kicks off. Jordan Curtis at the 21. Takes it up to the middle of the field, 30-35, and up to about the 40-yard line. Shoving in the scrum, but nothing called.
To get it, mark it at the 41, 42. And it's got another unsportsmanlike on Valley.
Got another flag coming in.
You can tell they're frustrated.
Got a couple of birthdays to throw out there that I've been privy to. The first one is Nash Abels. His 11th birthday is today. So happy birthday to him. It's also Brennan Emery, who is a football player on the West Washington football team. So his birthday is also today. So a couple of happy birthdays to send out there.
So it's just not a penalty, just a warning, I guess, on Springs Valley. And I think if you had two unsportsmanlikes already in the game, on the third one, you're not going to get a warning. They fumbled again.
Looks like Binskin falls on that one. West Washington takes over again. That's the second turnover of the night for the Hawks.
Let's see, we've had two fumble recoveries, block punt. Do we go for the dagger right now? I mean, I think the dagger's already
I was gonna say the dagger's still in. We're just getting ready to twist it, maybe.
But, you know, in these situations, you got to continue to do because every game's not going to be a running clock, so you got to continue to play.
Yeah, 38-0 here. Senators up.
Oh,
Mason Armstrong gets met in the backfield very nicely by number 50, who doesn't show up on our. If I look at the right side, it does. Travis Bell with the nice hit in the backfield on Mason Armstrong.
And he tried to run Mason on the sweep, and number 50 was right there ready to
Travis Bell was playing that sweep 100%. So. Clock still continues to run. 6:45.
Oh, nice.
Hand off to Roper. Roper out wide. Nice stiff arm out there. Runs through the arm tackle and then lowers his shoulder. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. So he picks up a gain of 10 there on that run. Going to make it 3rd and 5. That's a back there that didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year either in 8th grade with injuries and things. I know you are sad about that because he would have been.
I wasn't coaching last year, but I mean he would have made a big.
He would have made a big difference on an 8th grade team, no doubt. So.
Bring him along, you know, with about 8 to 10 carries a game. I would Peter's boy, he is going to be a handful here.
West Washington setting their offense. Out comes Bousman. Fires it downfield, is unable to complete the pass to Harrison. Holden does a nice job of just getting that one away.
Didn't get a chance to give the individual stats, but in the first half, or as of now, Holden is 18 out of 23 for 237 yards passing. So another nice game passing by Bousman.
That's a heck of a game, just heck of a half so far. So.
Again, the clock continues to run. 5:20. That's a touchdown.
Isn't able to break loose there.
By Desmond Jones as he was anticipating that little screen pass and brings down Sanford short of the first down.
Got another birthday coming out. Olivia Dushman, it's her birthday today, so that's where my youngest is right now. She's celebrating her birthday, so big shout out to her.
September's a big birthday month.
It's also Sydney Burton's birthday today, so actually it's tomorrow, but give her a shout out now. That's one of Maddie's friends, so lots of birthday shout outs.
Yep.
Jordan Curtis tries to get outside, and he doesn't get anywhere on that one. So
he's going to go backwards for a loss of about 2.
Great job there by the Senators to collapse on that sweep to this side. Not gonna allow anything to get outside. If you're gonna beat the Senators, you're gonna have to run it up the middle on them, and there's some big boys sitting there waiting to meet you in all those holes. So
Yeah.
Going to be 2nd and 11 here in the third quarter. 4:02 left to go. Ball on the 31. Valley trying to get something going here. They've been really shut out so far other than that opening drive they were able to drive.
Continuous. There's Desmond Jones.
Desmond Jones makes that. He gets into the secondary there for the first time.
It's going
to be right at the first down
I'd
markers.
say they'll probably give it to him.
The middle for the Hawks, and it is going to be indeed.
Yep, they gave it to him.
Going to be a first down there. Desmond Jones, nice job.
Blackhawks first down here in the second half.
First down for Valley since the opening quarter of play.
I knew we had one good driver. We had 3 or 4 first downs. And then again, lost. That was a nice hole that time.
Still waiting to see Valley really get rolling. Other than that first drive that they had, they haven't been able to string anything together.
There was movement up front again.
Up the middle, Adam George. Oh, nice run.
George goes up the middle. Jake Strange gets a hold of him, but is behind him, so does get drugged forward a little bit.
Kept dragging him forward and gets it all the way up to the 50. Nice run, 8-yard gain on the play there for Adam George.
That's his first run of the night, isn't it? Second run.
Good to see that. We haven't seen him send that quick over there up the middle.
Right. Really broke Mitchell down a little bit.
So we're going to see. I'm betting Gibby is not going to let his defense go too long here without shutting this down. I mean, they've done a great job so far. He doesn't want to give up anything. So Jones again outside. He's wrapped up by Bryce Brown around the ankles, and then 4 more Senators come and meet him.
And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah.
3rd down.
3rd down and 1 for the Hawks.
3rd and 2.
Hunter Pate comes off the field. He's not happy with that last play.
He's down on all 4s.
Not exactly sure what happened to him. Here's where the Senators gonna really show what they're made of on this defensive side. Going to be 4 down linemen. He's not going to get there. That's going to be short.
Should be. But let's see the mark.
We're going to see the mark. The judge on this side is going to say that it's short. So, the side judge over here.
So no gain on the play. 4th down.
4th down. They're going to come in with their offensive unit. We're going to see what they've.
It's a 4th and about a half a yard.
Yeah. Going to see what they've got. See what they can do.
Buzzed by. We're down to a minute left to go. 3rd quarter. Let's see if the Hawks can convert here on 4th.
Minute to go here.
Motion is Curtis. Hand off to Colton.
Oh, that's going to be close.
Yes. It's going to come down to where they spot that.
Yep, where they spot that.
Yeah.
So, going to be an official timeout here. 31.7 left.
It's going to be interesting.
And they're going to come in. We're going to have the. We're going to stay with it here and see the far sideline come walking in with the sticks. Coach Clayton Sullivan, principal in the elementary, Mr. Tom Rosenbaum, walked the sticks in. So we're gonna see just how long those yard markers are. they were out early, testing them, seeing how long they are, and it's going to be a first down just by the nose of the football. That was just the nose of it that got across the yard line or the yardstick. So
again, Springs Valley with 3 first downs all the first half, and that makes their second here. So they're up to 5 first downs for the ball game.
Senators do a nice job there of shutting them down, but aren't able to hold them to less than 10 yards. They got 10 yards and an inch.
Yeah.
West Washington with the
So we still see the wing tee.
They got two guys in motion.
Even with the two guys in motion, they're not able to get anything, so they're right back to the they get right back to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to end the third quarter of play. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
It's time.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 38-0 over the Valley Blackhawks. We start the fourth quarter of play here with a running clock. That's a new rule in the IHSAA this year. When you're up by 35, the clock continues to run throughout the rest of the game. No matter if the other team does come back, it still continues to run.
That's right. A lot of times with the mercy rule is once you get it back within under a certain point, then it goes back to stoppage as normal, but not so with this. I mean, Springs Valley can come all the way back and tie it up, and the clock would still run.
Still continues to run. So.
For certified Angus beef steak served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick.
So switch sides of the field. They don't have to move it very far.
Just went to the 52.
That was Darren who made the 52 comment.
It was a joke.
Please call that out to your middle schoolers sometime. Hey, go line up on the 52 and see where they go. They still have people in motion, and now we've got to finally have a flag about people in motion.
They've done that the last two or three times.
2 or 3 plays. You can have one in motion, but you can't have two. You gotta get one of them set. So now we're gonna.
You could have both of them go in motion, but everybody's
got to reset. Yeah. This is kind of a neat defensive look here. You've got Mason playing outside linebacker, Glenn Rankin playing kind of a middle linebacker in a 4-4 set here with Hunter Pate on his other side. Curtis with the tackle. He's going down, Landon Pearson.
I'm not going to give him anything on that.
I don't think he got anything.
I mean, there's some people up here saying 1-2 yard gain, but
he didn't go anywhere.
Not watching the same thing I am.
Good job there by Jake Strange. Also, he gets upfield, and then one of the Valley players continues on, but Jake does a good job of stopping, putting his hands up, so nothing can be called on him. Great job there by Jake. So
3rd and 14 for the Blackhawks.
This comes around this side to 34. He's met by all of the Senator linebackers.
Give him one.
That's generous. I'd give him a half, but
yeah, he paid the price for it.
he met all 4 of the Senator linebackers. All 4 of them were right there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be 4th and 12.
And they are going to go for it.
They took 3 good shots at him there, and so you got to keep playing.
See if Jake can get in there and get a sack.
Still a 4 down lineman here. 4 linebackers, 3 in the. Nice job by Jake to get his hand up. Not going to be anything there. Chase Farmer with his hands up.
I believe that makes Valley's quarterback 0 for 5 in the ball game.
That was one thing in some video that I saw of the Paoli game. He did not throw the ball super well.
Against Mitchell, I think he did.
Well,
I think he threw well against Mitchell.
It may be one of those that, you know, once he gets in a game kind of in a rhythm, but I haven't really seen that happen in this game.
And you know, it may be going against the type of athletes too.
That too.
You know. Giving 2 on that. 1.
McFeeters does a nice job of getting upfield there. We're going to see Hunter Pate come in and carry the ball a little bit. Haven't called his name on the offensive side of the ball yet.
I believe last year down at Springs Valley, Hunter Pate had some big runs.
Well, here's his chance. He puts his head down and barrels through for a gain of about 4. Takes it to the 45. You can tell that the Valley defensive line is getting worn out. We see a lot of hands on hips, a lot of kids bent over.
Yeah. Well, those kids have been out there the whole game.
Yeah, where the Senators are able to rotate in. I believe they have 8 linemen that they kind of rotate in and around. So, you know, and they've got a lot of kind of parts and pieces that they can move around all over the place other than the center. And even Charles comes out and Binskin takes over some. So Holden fires out 2. I believe that's Mason out of the backfield. Going to be 4th and a long 3. Senators going to go for this one.
Don't let the clock run.
Clock run down.
Probably take time out.
Yeah, he does. Plays on defense. It could be cramped, but I don't think so. He didn't like the way.
So they're still letting it run down to 8 on the play clock. 7:33 to go here. West Washington still up 38-0 over the Valley Blackhawks. Coach Bousman takes the timeout. We're going to step away, have a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Back to action here at Art Sanders Field on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream, where the Senators are up 38-0 over the Valley Blackhawks. Senators are driving. It is 4th down and 3 here. 7:25 left to go in the game.
Going with Roper and Mason both in the backfield.
Tidy. Goes to Roper.
Oh,
Roper
wow.
can break it.
He's gone.
Roper through and into the end zone. Touchdown, Senators.
He was like shot out of a cannon on that.
Roper says, you're going to limit how many times I carry the ball. I'm going to make the most of them and get in the end zone when I do get it. Nice job there. Nice hole by the offensive line to open up and allow him to get in.
I think, was that his first
varsity touchdown, I believe. So couldn't ask for anything more out of that freshman tonight. He's really made the most of his carries.
The thing I like that they're doing with him is, you know, not getting him beat to death, and you know they're limiting his touches, and you know you got someone like Mason, Hunter Pate, and
Holden, nice job, gonna walk in. Makes it 46-0 here. West Washington out ahead it's when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, and that's going to help us coming into the night. West Washington was 4th in the entire state in offensive average at 53 points a game. Our defense was 8th in the state, only giving up 4 points a game, and we were 2nd overall out of all classes in average margin of win at 48 points a game.
Yeah, and we're right there at 48, 46. So we're
we may not touch the ball again, but still, I mean, very impressive by again our defense tonight. But I've been impressed with our offense, sustaining drives, and especially that first drive of the ball game. Three different tight ends catch 3 balls. I think Mason caught one, Harrison caught one, Chase caught one. Just using all the weapons that we have. I mean, it was impressive.
The offense is rolling. The defense looks good. Now it's getting prepared for the next opponent.
Let's see if Jake spirals another.
Yeah. Once again, the player to watch here is number 8, Glenn Rankin. He seems to find his way in on a lot of these special teams plays. Does a nice job from his linebacker position. They count on him getting down the field and making these tackles. That's an end-over-end kick. Connor Grimes turns out.
Wow.
And McFeeters meets him along the sideline. He tried to dance along it, and McFeeters said hello again.
They're going to be hearing a lot of McFeeters
the
next 3 years.
Coach Bausman comes over, grabs his freshman, gives him a little talk, lets him know, hey, that's a great hit, but make sure you're in bounds. Don't hit somebody out of bounds. So
starting to see some second team guys get in. Lewis is in on defensive line. Pavy's in at outside linebacker.
So we're seeing some of those guys get in, which is great to see. 5:45 left to go here on a Friday night under the lights. Jordan Curtis turns that one, going to get up the field for
9-yard
gain.
We mark it at the 46, so it'll be an 8-yard gain.
Nice play there. In comes number 64 for West Washington. Landon Pearson. Out comes Trenton Binskin.
Second and 2 now for the Hawks. West Washington 46-yard line with 5 minutes left. Jones in motion, hand off Colton Dickey.
Colton Dickey is met by 52.
Wow.
Andrew Lewis.
I believe he will get a first down.
Yeah. I know Coach Walker, I talked to him a little bit about the team, and he said that he's really impressed with Andrew Lewis's football IQ. He knows the game, knows where to be, and finds a hole to fill, and that's a great job right there by him, just being in the right spot at the right time. His job was to take away that hole, and that's what he did.
Yep.
That one not going anywhere. First down, gonna be stopped there.
Lose a yard.
Lose a yard maybe.
See, we go to Paoli next week.
Yep, next week at Paoli. So that'll be another good test for the Senators. This team was the Blackhawks were defeated by Paoli at Paoli. So I know you can't judge it, based off of scores or anything, but this is definitely a big one over a team.
Paoli's got a new coach, so you don't know what to expect. There's a flag.
Going to be
I think it's going to be on us jumping off sides.
Us jumping off again. So offsides. We're under 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Clock's still running. With the mercy rule, when you're up 35, the clock continues to roll. So definitely a penalty-hindered game. Lots of penalties on both sides. West Washington.
But that is our first one of the second half, which
makes up for the 8 in the first half, 9 in the first half.
Yeah, 9 in the first half.
So 10 total in the game. Dickey with the ball. He's met by 63, Bryce Brown.
It just seems like we're laying big hit after big hit.
Yeah.
And it's contagious. Once one guy does
everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to hit somebody. So Bryce does a nice job there. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Once again, clock still running. 2:09 left. Curtis going to get the carry. He's going to pick up the first down. Still on his feet. Forward progress going to give him the first down. He ends up back about the line of scrimmage, but going to get a first down there. Minute 43 to go. Still running.
Valley still huddling.
I know Gibby does not want to give up a score here. He wants to he does not want that score. He wants shutouts. Hand off to Adam George. Clock continues to run. We're going to be under a minute by the time they get this ball spotted. So we're going to get maybe two.
Yeah, if they push it.
But they're still huddling, so
I mean, it's going to be under 50 seconds when they take a snap, maybe under 45 seconds.
I bet it's under 40 by the time they get a snap off. They're still huddling, bringing the plays in from the sideline, so they're up there 45 left to go in the game. West Washington going to keep on their undefeated season so far at 4-0. That ball run right up the middle. He's met. That's not going to go anywhere. 30 seconds left to go in the game. I don't know that Valley is going to send in another play.
Well, they may send it in. I don't think they'll get it off.
I don't think so. Not the way the quarterback's walking out there.
I think it's over.
So Senator's going to move to 4-0. The Blackhawks are going to move to 2-2. Next week, West Washington is going to go to Paoli and play the Rams from Paoli. I believe they were at Perry Central tonight, weren't they?
I believe you're right.
So that'll then give a good judge of where they are kind of in the PLAC. So we've got the teams coming over to the sidelines, going to shake hands across the middle. We're going to take a commercial break or two and kind of gather some stats, give the rundown of the scores and things. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Betty Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket?
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators do win 46-0. I know those of you looking at the scoreboard, it says 96. That's a typo. It was 46. Did have a running clock in the second half of play, starting from about the 9:17 mark to go in the third quarter. Darren, break down the scoring and the stats for us.
Okay, first off, in the first quarter at the 9:15 mark, Holden Bousman hits Jake Strange in the back of the end zone with a 2-yard pass for the touchdown. Mason Armstrong runs in the 2-point conversion, making the score 8-0. And that's where it stood at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, 9:57 mark, Mason Armstrong runs it in from 2 yards out. Holden Bousman hits Roper McFeeters for the 2-point conversion, making it 16-0. Then at the 8:01 mark of the second quarter, Harrison Sanford catches a 57-yard pass from Holden Bousman for a touchdown. Sanford takes the 2-point conversion pass from Bousman also to make it 24-0. Then at the end of the half, at 34.3 seconds left, Parker Green catches a 7-yard pass from Holden. This time the 2-point conversion failed, but making the score 30-0, and that is where we stood at the half. Start the second half, the 9:17 mark of the third quarter, Mason Armstrong takes it in from 5 yards out, runs in the 2-point conversion also, making it 38-0, and that's when the clock that did not stop again. The Senators will tackle on one more score at the 7:15 mark of the fourth quarter, when Roper McFeeters was shot out of a cannon on a 4th down play for a 43-yard touchdown run. Bousman runs in the 2-point conversion, and that made the score 46-0, and that's the way the game ended. Team stats, for Springs Valley first, they had 6 first downs. They ran the ball 35 times for 96 yards. They were 0 out of 5 passing for 0 yards, so that leaves Springs Valley with a grand total of 96 yards total offense in the ball game. They fumbled 3 times, losing 2 of them. They were penalized 7 times for 48 yards. For West Washington, 17 first downs in the ball game, 22 rushes for 162 yards. Bousman was 20 out of 25 passing for 245 yards, giving the Senators a total yardage of 407. So 407 to 96 differential between the two teams. West Washington very clean, no interceptions, no fumbles. They did have 10 penalties. Again, 9 of them were in the first half, but I think the refs were very flag happy on both teams. But we had no major penalty, none of the 15-yarders, so 10 penalties for 70 yards. Individually, Roper McFeeters goes over the century mark on 6 carries for 102 yards. Hunter Pate, 1 carry for 4 yards. Holden Bousman, 4 carries for 14 yards. Mason Armstrong, 11 carries for 42 yards. Receiving, Harrison Sanford caught 8 passes for 93 yards. Chase Farmer, 4 for 36. Parker Green, first catches, I think, of the year.
I believe so.
3 catches for 50 yards. Mason Armstrong, 2 for 30. Jake Strange, 2 catches for 22 yards. And Glenn Rankin, 1 catch for 14 yards. Also his first catch of the year. So, you know, we talked about the first drive of the ball game, and you know, that was, we've seen a lot of impressive plays by the Senator offense so far this year. But as far as a drive, that was a beautiful drive, and you know, really set the tone. And that's what I wanted to see. Could we drive the field and not just rely upon the big play? And they definitely proved that tonight.
Yeah, they were able to, move the ball pretty much however they wanted tonight, whether it was handing it off to McFeeters or, running it with Mason or, Bousman making decisions out wide, throwing the ball around. So he can, it was one of those offensive things where it seemed like there wasn't any way that they could stop us.
No, definitely not. And the defense just continues to play well. I mean, holding a team like that to 96 total yards. And, it was impressive. I mean, Springs Valley, they won week 1. They won week 2 against Mitchell. And then last week, got beat by Paoli. And then this week just got, ran over by the Senators. But
and that's been the case kind of, we went to Mitchell, a team that, that Valley beat. And then we went in thinking, hey, this is going to be kind of a tight game and we just ran over them. And then we come home and do the same thing to the Valley Blackhawks. They just didn't have an answer for the athletes.
And, and that's what I've told several people this week. Our defense just continues to impress me, though. I mean, we've got the size, we've got strength. And, I don't think Springs Valley is a bad offensive team, but they struggled against us. I think Mitchell typically – is able to run and get first downs. They couldn't run on us.
Yeah.
So, maybe our competition, when you look at Sagarin ratings, isn't as high as some teams, but it's early in the year. But, our kids still got to come out there and perform. And, I think they've played, especially the last 2 weeks, two pretty solid offenses. And, they've shut them down.
Well, and that's the thing. Even the offensive, team that they go out with, it's not one that, is going to wow you by any means, but they're going to run the ball on you. They're going to put up yards, and tonight with 96 yards total, that's not going to be much.
No, exactly. I mean, now you just play it 1 week at a time, and next week we got to get ready for Paoli. It'll be a different type of a test, but it's nothing that I don't think our kids can handle.
Yeah. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have Coach Bousman for his pregame interview or his postgame interview.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay.
We play.
Everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA. You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back on 1220 WSLM and West Washington live stream. We're in our Ace Hardware post-game show. We've got Coach Bousman here with us. Coach, what can you say about that? I mean, that was fun to watch. It was good offense, good defense. You held a Springs Valley team to 96 yards, I believe. And
well, coming into the season, we felt like our defense, may be the strength of our team coming in this season, and I think, they're proving that each week. And, our offense is definitely putting up, big numbers, yardage-wise, score-wise, but our defense is very solid, and that only makes our offense better. Offensively, I felt like we were clicking. We were very, 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 very balanced with our running attack. you can look at the balance of number of guys that carried the ball. You can look at our balance between run pass. You can look at the balance of the number of guys. Just looking here at the sheet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different guys caught the football tonight. For 245 yards. That's pretty balanced football right there. And, I thought we did a great job hitting the backside drag a lot tonight.
Yeah.
And that was the plan for the opening play, clear the front side with the backside drag, just get Jake going early. And then our guys do a great job running the backside, and then Holden does a good job being patient and finding it.
That's one thing that we've talked about last week was Holden's decision making. There was a couple of times tonight where he got out of the pocket and could have tucked the ball and taken off up the sideline a little bit, sees somebody open, and then feels the pressure and is able to get rid of it and be in for another play.
Yeah.
He does a great job there. Also, your freshman, Roper McFeeters comes in, and first time, he's gotten into the end zone, I believe, and has 102 yards rushing. You work him in kind of sparingly throughout, not because he's not deserving, but it's just hard to get in the game where he's at.
Well, I like it because Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday because it was the day I had to go I was going to do the coach's corner. I told the coaches, I said, I'm going to go on record and say that Roper's going to have a big night this Friday night. And they asked me if I was going to go on record on the coach's corner. I said, no, just on record on the practice field. I'm not going to be that ridiculous on going on the record, but I felt like he could have a big night because there was times, guys, there's not many freshmen that are going to stiff-arm guys, bounce off tackles, this run down the sideline, and his feet to stay in. And, when we run our inside-outside zone, we got 3 ways to run it: bend it, bang it, or bounce it. And that touchdown was a bend. He hit the hole, and he bent it all the way back at the cutback lane, and he was gone. And if you watch him run, his speed and his technique of running is smooth, and he glides, and just a tremendous run. A freshman with great feet, great vision, and great tenacity. He can just play the game nasty, and that allows him to be a little lighter and still have freshman strength. He's a strong kid, but he's still got a lot of room to grow in the weight room. But his mental toughness, his physical toughness makes him stronger than what he is.
When we said his touchdown run, it was like he was shot out of a cannon. As soon as Holden handed him the ball, he was gone.
Yes. And his feet are great. He has great cuts. We see it all the time in practice, and people are going to start seeing it more and more. And that's what you got to do with a freshman. You got to just slowly get him in there. And I said after the Eastern game, each run he's only going to get better. He's a kid with great talent, and we are very blessed to have a running back like that as a freshman. So we're very, very proud.
We've talked a lot about your skill position players, but it all starts up front with you guys. You've got eight that I see out there, linemen that you kind of switch around, move around, play at different spots. And they open up everything you do.
Yeah, they do, whether it's in our run game. And, the defense, you got to give them credit for, whoever we're playing on a given night. Mason got caught for a loss, and, we'll watch film with our right tackle there, and I felt like our right tackle just took a step and pushed instead of step and run with your feet. When you zone block, you've got to run your feet because you're either going to overtake them or you're going to drive them to a sideline. And when you drive them, that's when the cutback's there. When you overtake them, that's when the bounce is there. When it's cloudy, you bang it. So, there's all those different, techniques that you got to teach up. But our line is phenomenal. I don't know if you guys saw it. I saw it on the field 2 or 3 times. Bryce Brown, flatback guys.
Yes.
And destroyed them on the front side of plays tonight. And we'll see more of those on film, but that all has to do with their feet. If they have great feet, then their blocking technique is going to be great. When the block, if we miss a block, it's because of our feet. If Holden misses a throw, I can first go to his feet. It all has to do with your fundamentals within your feet. And, I think our guys are very athletic, very mobile, very strong, physical, and just great football players.
Let's talk about one more player before we let you go. Glenn Rankin.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
that dude on special teams, he will find whoever's got the ball and light them up.
Yeah.
He's looking to hit somebody on defense. He got in tonight and was able to catch a pass as a tight end. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He goes everywhere.
He does. Last year he played some H-back for us. He's a stud defensively, and he's a stud special teamer for us. And, as a tight end, he would start for most teams, and for us, he's our second tight end. And he had a big catch dragging across the backside, and just phenomenal feet. And with Glenn, with his technique and phenomenal athleticism, and he's a little raw sometimes catching the football, but he gets it done. And he is on special teams. He just he does it great, because when you fly down, sometimes guys want to go initiate contact with the other team, and you don't initiate the contact. You don't run around them wide. You rip and you replace, and Glenn does a great job of ripping, replacing, putting his nose on the football, and making a big play.
That's what Darren and I talk about every time there's a kickoff or he's in. It's like how's the offense going to run away from Glenn, because he's going to find you and he's going to hit you.
Yeah, and tonight we knew that when they ran their counter, even their power, they like to attack that off tackle, but they did a great job. Valley did a great job against Paoli cutting back, and it was important for our backers not to over pursue. In their first drive, we over pursued. Once we quit over pursuing, we see a bubble. The running back's probably going to see that same bubble. Our guys filled that bubble and made some big hits tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Coach Bousman, thank you for coming up in the post-game show. Go celebrate with your team. Celebrate with your son, who had a great game tonight. Get prepared for next week, because the Rams, you're going to travel there, and they're going to be ready for the Senators for sure.
Yeah, thank you, and thank the fans. I mean, again, it's kind of dissolved a little bit down there, but it's pretty special for our kids to be down there breaking it down afterwards and have that many people. It's just packed down there on the field, and that's so great. It makes the kids so proud, and to be a part of this program, and to see what they have built. Thank you to everyone watching, listening. I know some can't make it, and we appreciate that, all the support. We're going to go back to work. We're going to get better this week. We're never going to be satisfied. We're going to keep getting better, and we know we got a tough game next week on the road with the big target on our back at the Rams, and we got 2 more big conference games left. We got to take one at a time and go get this one next week.
Thanks for your time,
Thanks,
Coach.
guys.
We're going to let Darren settle back in for his final comments, but the Senators are victorious tonight, 46-0 over Springs Valley. So it's a game where the Senators just are above the Blackhawks with their offense, their defense, their special teams. Just everything they seem to do just was 100% on point. So as Darren settles back in here, Darren, final thoughts for the game?
Just an overall another good win. I mean, offensively, defensively, did a lot of really good things against, a team that is going to be pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like Crawford County or somebody else, but Valley's won some games, and we just dominated. I mean,